Yeah. So anyway, so I'm on the plane. So make a long story short. So the young lady, she starts talking to me, right? And so I could smell alcohol. So the alcohol on her breath was like, it was real heavy. And so she was like, man, she was like, she just turned around to me. She was like, you know, she's like, man, you want a drink? And then I was like, nah, I'm good. I was like, man, I ain't had a drink in like, I want to say 4 or 5 years. So she was like, woo, I'm effed up. I'm effed up. So I was like, okay. So she said, I've been up all night. I said, for real? She was like, yeah. She was like, man, I'm a stripper. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So I turned to her. I said, well, I've been up all night too. I said, but I'm a prophet and I'm flying out to help somebody. And, you know, like every weekend or whatever, I fly out to help people to try to remove these demons. I was like, Yeshua works through me to remove these demons. So she kind of looked at me. She was like, oh, okay. And then she started texting. So, you know, I was just sitting back and I'm saying to myself, okay, well, that's going to probably kill the rest of the conversation for the plane ride. So I went back to doing my thing, but she constantly kept trying to talk. So I said, you know what? This girl want to talk. Let me just stop doing everything I'm doing so we can talk. So, I said, let me just shut it down. I ain't gonna get nothing done. She want to talk, and she not gonna stop until I talk. So we started talking, and she started telling me again she was a dancer, and you know, she was drunk, and I think she said she said I'm married. It's not on paper, but we live together. And she was just telling me how, and keep in mind now, I mean, she just straight up just talking to me like we've known each other since junior high. So I'm just sitting back listening. So she said, yeah, you know, I'm a manifester and I manifest by masturbating. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So then after that, she was like, so I think I asked her, I said, what kind of drugs you do? So she was like, I do cocaine, marijuana, prescription drugs. I think she named about 5 or 6 of them. And then at the end, she was like, but that's it. And I'm looking at her like, that's it. Okay. So anyway, I'm just listening. So she was like, yeah, you know, I sell my body. You know, she said, I sell my body too. You know, I make a lot of money, and you know, I did a lot of things for money. I said, oh yeah, okay. So then she starts talking to me about how she doesn't talk to anybody in her family. You know, she doesn't get along with her, and then her brother, you know, I guess that's the only sibling that she had, and how he kind of spazzed out on her, and he was like, you know, you'll never be nothing. You're nothing but a stripper, and, you know, yada, yada, yada. And, you know, talking to her. So just talking real down on her. So it hurt her feelings real bad. So she was like, I'm just out here by myself. So I'm just listening to her. I was like, okay. And so, like, I kind of turned around, took a good look at her. And because she took her shades off. So I started instantly feeling, I was like, okay, so this girl is hurt. Like, she's been through a lot. She got a lot of pain. So, as I'm talking to her, like I said, she takes the sunshades off. And I was like, man, you look just like Wonder Woman. Right? So she started laughing. I was like, no, like dead for real. Like, you look like Wonder Woman. She was like a young version of Wonder Woman back in the days, just like her. So she was like, yeah, I've heard people tell me that before. So so then I told her, I said, let me ask you a question. She said, yeah. I said, well, no, not ask her a question. I said, let me explain something to you. I said, you do understand that I'm flying to help somebody that used to dance, and you are a dancer now, and we sit beside each other. I was like, you know that that's not by coincidence, right? She was like, yeah, I know. I said, yeah, so God lined this up for us to talk. She was like, well, yeah, you know, because, you know, I was like, because have you ever been on a plane and, you know, and just happened to be beside a pastor or a prophet? She was like, no, it's my first time. And I was like, it's my first time being beside a superhero, because you Wonder Woman. Yeah, it's my first time on the plane riding beside a superhero. So it's the first time for both of us, right? So we both started laughing. So so then I said, I asked her, I said, so have you ever thought about changing your life? So she said, well, yeah, I thought about it. She was like, but honestly, like, and she said, you know, I'm just gonna be real with you. I was like, well, I'm saying in my mind, you told me every drug you did and sex and masturbating. You get real. I mean, whatever you want to do is fine. I'm good. I'm good with it. We being real. So she said, and I told her, I was like, you know, I ain't here to judge you. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is. So she was like, she was just talking. She was like, I don't know what I would do if I were to stop stripping. I started when I was 18. I'm 25 now, so I don't even know what I would do. I said, yeah. I said, that's nothing but fear. You know, I said, that's fear. I said, everybody wants to know. I said, but I can't tell you. You know, I work with people, and to help to remove these demons, I was like, you know, Yeshua, he'll deliver you, and then he'll lead you to something else. And then she just kind of shook her head. So like I said, she was drinking like, I think, a Jack Daniels and a Coke or something. So and then she was like vaping. So like I said, she had a lot going on. So you know, we talking. So I just continued to try to talk to her, and I was like, look, I said, really, nobody out here is perfect. I said, all of us got issues. You know what I'm saying? Some people issues are worse than others. I said, but we all got issues. We all got things that we're dealing with. I was like, but I don't want you to feel like it's never too late for you to change your life around. I said, because it's never too late. I don't care what you're going through. I was like, you can be delivered. You can be, you know, he'll set you free, and then you can just start over. She was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, you know, I'm not trying to shove this down your throat, but I was like, I'm gonna give you a card, and if that's something you want to do, reach out to me, and, you know, and I can help you with that. So she was like, okay, thank you. You know, I really appreciate it. So I said, well, I can pray for you if you want me to do that. So she was like, yeah, but like, is it appropriate? Because I got this Jack and Daniels, this Jack and Coke. I said, well, go ahead and take that to the head and drink it. So I can go ahead and pray. So she picked up her cup, and she hit it. She finished it off. So and this one it started getting crazy. So I'm on the plane, and I started praying for her, right? So as I'm praying for her, of course, mainly deliverance prayers. All right, now I'm on the plane. Start praying. The plane started shaking. So I said, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna keep going. I said, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop me. So the plane is flying like this, right? It's flying like this. Then it's doing this. It's dropping. It's dropping. I'm like, oh, here we go. Now, you know, I ain't gonna lie. If you on a plane and that plane drop, what's the first thing that happen? Them butt cheeks get tight and they squeeze together and they release. Every time that plane dropped, that's what kept happening. I was like, I ain't gonna stop praying. And then it just started shaking. It just started shaking. I was like, I'm leaned over praying. I'm going like this as I'm praying. I'm shaking me to death. I said, good gracious. Okay, this is enough. Can you know, all this turbulence, can we get this together? Can we get it together? Like, angels, God, can y'all do something? Smoothing this out some. So, after we went through that, now keep in mind, she had real bad anxiety, real bad. She told me it was terrible. So, you know, I prayed for her, and after I finished praying, she just was like she was stunned. She was just there, just like this, looking like she was dazed. So I was like, you all right? You good? She said, yeah, I'm fine. She said, I felt like something was lifted off of my shoulders or something. I said, okay. So, you know, after that, she hugged me, and, you know, she just was like, you know, thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate it. And I was like, look, you know, I know you want a family one day, right? She was like, yeah. I said, okay, I know you want a family, so you'll have to tell your girlfriend or your wife, whoever she is, you know, that, because she was going to see a guy. I said, and she was telling me how the guy was into her. I was like, I know you probably want a family, you know, you're a nice guy. So, you know, you have to leave the other stuff alone. And then she was like, well, yeah, you know, that's what I told her. So she's willing to do that. So after all of the planes shaking and all that nonsense, so, you know, that was that. All right. So we made it off of that. So, then I end up making it to the young lady's house that I originally went there for. And, so what Yeshua will start doing, right? So once somebody reaches out to me and we're in the process of setting things up so I can get to you, he'll start delivering you right then and there. So she had been like spitting up the, you know, like the white stuff. It looks like white slobber coming out your mouth. Kind of like white throw up that's coming out. So she had been doing that ever since she reached out. So when I got there, she was like holding the cup and stuff still was coming out. So I was like, this is good, you know. He's already started, you know, taking you through deliverance. So and I prayed over her. And of course, more things were coming out. And so that was that. And yeah, like, you know, her daughter was, man, her daughter was gorgeous. She had like a little girl that was like, I want to say like 3 or 4. And she was like super duper gorgeous, like real pretty, real beautiful little girl. And it was almost like her daughter was reading my mind, because after I left, when I was walking towards the door, I was saying to myself, I was like, man, I was going to ask her for a hug. I was going to ask her daughter for a hug. And because she was kind of walking around with us at the house, and I was kind of holding her. And as we got to the door, she had turned around and put her arms out. And I was like, man, she read my mind. So I left there. So I left there and I was feeling like crap, like I always do when I do a house cleansing. So my eyes would be real red, bloodshot red, head, you know, just, it's hard to explain, but it's a real bad feeling. So I was like, man, I got to get myself together. So, so that was that, right? So then I get back to the room. So of course in the morning, like when I'm flying out to see somebody, yeah, it's a drained feeling, but it's like, it's different. It's hard for me to explain. It's like something's happening to your body. I can't even explain it, but I don't sleep beforehand when I'm leaving out to see somebody, and I don't sleep that night when I'm, you know, after I finish. So, so anyway, so I'm always up early. I'm always up. I work off very, very little sleep. So, I wake up and I had to go out in the lobby because my internet was acting crazy. So I was like, let me just use their computer. Let me print and use their paper for free. So I had to go print some stuff. So when I got up, so I had 2 hats, right? So I had this hat, which was white, and then I had like my other hat with my company logo on it, which any other time, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I was up early. I just grab a hat, put it on, and, you know, throw some shorts on in them, and I'm out the door. But this time when I go over there to my hat, I'm really looking and thinking about which hat I'm gonna wear. And I'm like, I ain't get it. I mean, it's early, ain't nobody even out here. So some said take the hat with your shoe on it, right? So I put that on my head, didn't think none of it, started working on my computer. So after I did that, I heard somebody walk up and say, hey, brother. So I turned around. I was like, well, who is this? So it's some white guy, goofy looking white guy. And I was like, hey, brother. So I was like, what's up? What's going on? So he was like, are you here for the conference? And I was like, conference? No, what conference? He was like, for Pastor John. I was like, nah, I'm here. I'm here, you know, working or whatever. And I started telling him what I was doing. And I started showing him some videos. I said, so this is what I do. So he was like, oh, okay. So, you know, we talking or whatever. So you're talking about God and this, that, or another. So he was talking and I started getting quiet. And so I guess he picked up on it. And he was like, you feel something on me? I said, yeah. He was like, man, do you mind praying for me? I said, no, not at all. So we went back to his room. And he sat down, started praying over him. He was saying he was feeling stuff in his stomach or whatever. So Now keep in mind, as I'm praying over, and his name was Ryan, right? His name was Ryan. But the whole time, I kept saying John. And I was like, your name not John though, right? And I mean, he told me this 3 or 4 times. I kept hearing the name John. So I said, what's the pastor's name? He said, the pastor's name is John. I said, okay, well, I don't get it. Why I keep hearing John over and over and over? I was like, your nickname ain't John, is it? Or your middle name? He's like, no, but I kept hearing it. And to the point, instead of me calling him Ryan, I kept calling him John. So I couldn't understand what was going on with that. So after that, he was like, well, man, I'm going to try to keep in touch with you. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to give you a card. But my card is in my room. So he was like, all right. So we went down to my room and he followed me. So he came in the room. So he was like, well, look, do you think that you could pray over me so that God can work through me? Like, I really want to be filled with his spirit or whatever. So I started praying for him. So I'm praying for him, whatever. Gave him the card. So he left. So I'm going to say maybe about 5 minutes later, I started getting so sick. I was like, man, what's going on? When I mean sick, like, I can always tell when I get hit with negative energy, it's a feeling I get, but this is probably one of the most heaviest times that I can remember here lately. And I was confused because I'm saying to myself, hold on, this dude just coming back from a conference, and this guy, well, this pastor was praying over him. He was like, man, the guy John, he's so powerful. He held his hand up, man, and I flew 2 chairs back. The power was coming from him. So I'm like, okay. So, but I'm in my room and I'm thinking, I'm feeling like crap, and it's like it's getting worse. So I got my stuff together. I had to leave. So I got home. It was getting even worse. Like it just was. And I was like, something's not right. I know I'm not supposed to be feeling like this. So, of course, I tried to go to my altar. I tried to pray. I couldn't even pray because my head was hurting so bad. So I heard God's voice came and he said, go take care of yourself and come back. So I had to do some stuff to get myself right, cleanse myself. So I go back and I'm like, why am I feeling bad? Then I started thinking. I was like trying to trace everything back. I said, well, what did I do before I started feeling like this? And I said, the only person I did was I prayed for that guy. But the guy was saying that he got delivered from the well, he had been delivered. Then the other pastor prayed over him and, and all this power, and it pushed him back. So I was like, but something is off somewhere. And so I'm praying, and guess what I hear? Lo and behold, the pastor was filled with darkness. So I said, oh. So they went to this conference, and this guy that is supposed to be this powerful pastor, he's working through Satan's kingdom. And his name is John. The crazy part about it, when I pulled him up on YouTube, I said, oh, I know who this is, because a lot of them I know, but not necessarily by name, by face. His name is like John Anousky, Anosike. So I was like, wow. So it was like, yeah, he's filled with darkness. So I was like, that's why I was sick, and that's why I was feeling so I felt so bad the way I did. Now I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. So I was like, oh man, I gotta reach out to this guy and tell him that he needs deliverance. So that's why I kept hearing the name John. He was trying to like tell me like John, so I probably should have pulled it up while he was there. And that way I would have knew. But I kept hearing his name, John. That was the name of the pastor. So so this is what happened, right? So when he was telling me the pastor was placing his hand up and it was making him fly back. So guess what was happening when he was flying back, y'all? Well, I drank my apple juice out of my Legos cup. And can y'all tap the screen too? Because we're doing real bad with these hearts. So people can know I'm up here. So when he threw his hand up and it made him fly back. So the guy was thinking that because it was so much power. And let's see, what is everybody saying? Some people saying witchcraft, transfer of spirits, impartation, imparted. Let's see what else we got. Trying to give everybody a chance to see what they thinking here. Yeah, so what happened was, that's exactly right. He was putting demons in this guy. And that's why he was flying back the way he was. You know, so it's I'm gonna tell you, it's rough out here, and it's real confusing. And it's real confusing. And, you know, I just felt the the energy. So I'm able to really just go off of the energy around a person. Because it's so tricky, because you can get somebody that can go up here and they talking about, they can, you know, deliverance, God, and they can put on a good show, and they can have everybody food. You know, it would really have you food. But this is what this guy was doing. And like, the guy was so gun, oh man, I'm telling you, man, he's good, and you should come check him out, and da-da-da-da. You know, he was just going off. So now I tried to reach out to the guy. I can't even get him. But see, that's what the demons will do. They'll block the communication so I could let him know what was going on. So I always tell y'all, do not let people touch y'all and pray. I don't care what they say or who they say they are. Don't let people touch you. I'm trying to tell you, do not let them touch you. Because if they are not right, and if you are not fasting and you're not right and keeping yourself together, those demons going to ease right out of that person, and they're going to ease right into you. You think you catching the Holy Spirit, and you shaking and doing all that, and that's them demons getting in you. That's all that is. So be careful with that. Now, so that's how that story went. So yeah, I got beat up bad this weekend with that stuff. But I was like, whoo, I'm still trying to. It was some heavy witchcraft too. Heavy witchcraft. They told me that the man was deep rooted in the witchcraft and stuff. So let's see. So something else I want to talk about too, right? So I want to talk about so I run into a lot of females, right? And they'll tell me that they haven't had sex in 3, 4, 5 years. They're celibate, right? So they'll tell me all this, and you know, and I'm not gonna do this until I get a husband. They say I'm not gonna do this until I get a husband. So I'm celibate. So I sit down, listen to them, and then I start seeing the vision of them using a toy or masturbating. So I said, okay, well, that's good, but you got to stop masturbating. And the whole phone will go quiet. I be on the phone and I don't hear nothing. I'm looking at the phone to make sure they ain't disconnect. I'm like, hello? They be like, yes, I'm here. I said, did you hear what I said? Can you repeat it again? It stuttered a little bit. I said, well, it's good. The celibate part is good. I said, but you have to stop masturbating. I said, that's what I'm saying. Are you using toys? And the phone get real quiet. So I got to look at the phone again, make sure I hang up. I was like, hello? Exactly, crickets. Heartbeats. I'm like, good grief. I don't hear nothing. That's all I'm hearing is the wind blowing outside and the leaves. So I said, look, you got to stop using them toys, because this is the thing, right? So you think you're doing something by not having sex, but you're using toys. Look, really, it ain't no difference. Because when you masturbate, you open doors for demons to come right on in. Yeah, I think somebody said how to get in touch with me. My email address is right there in the orange. Well, that's the website. And my phone number's up there. You can text or you can email me. So, yeah, everything got quiet. And then one girl said, well, what you mean when you say toys? What I mean when I say toys? What do you, I mean, are you using a Tonka truck when you masturbating? Are you using micro machines? I mean, I only know one toy, you know, basically that you can use that, you know, whatever different names it is. But I mean, really, I mean, hey, it ain't but so many toys. Yeah, wet toy. I'm not talking about no Lego blocks. I mean, we know you ain't masturbating with Lego blocks. I mean, a G.I. Joe man. So anyway, so yeah, so watch out for that, because I'm going to tell you, they will get you. The masturbation opens up doors. So you'll say, oh, I'm doing so great. I haven't slept with anybody for 5 years. But you run into Walmart buying them AA batteries every 3 days. Because you burning through them. You burning through them. And that's all you're doing each time you do it. Open up the door, them demons coming in. Open up the door, them demons coming in. Open up the door, demons coming in. And most of the time, people watching porn when they doing it. So now you got another situation that's going on. So now you're doing it and you're watching the porn. So them spirits are coming out and jumping into you. So, so watch that. I mean, it's just like when I work with people now, like, and they're going through the deliverance process, the demons will tell them, go in there and masturbate. I was talking to a lady today that had some stuff going on. She said, the demon said, go in there and masturbate. Because that's what they want you to do. They can flood you more. They can come in more. So, I know it's rough out here in these spiritual streets, but look, I'm just trying to tell you. I'm your anchor man for the news station. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm the messenger. I'm just trying to bring it to you. So try your best to stay away from that. And also make sure that you are fasting once a month for 72 hours. And make sure that you're praying every day. I ran into a situation today. A lady, she's real frustrated because she feels as if she's praying and it's not really making a difference. Or she's not seeing stuff quick enough. So she started getting frustrated. She stopped praying. She stopped fasting. Then she had like a small attack. And I tell people, like, things may not come when you want it. But God always, He's going to bring it on time, basically. He's going to bring it on time. But don't put yourself out there and start praying and fasting because you're making yourself vulnerable for the enemy. And he's going to attack you. That's what he does. He will attack. Now, so now that we've covered the pastor, John Anoski, and we talked about masturbating with Legos and Tonka trucks. So now we'll move on to something new. Now, what I want to talk about, y'all hear me talk about this all the time. Jesus. Thanks for the roses. Blessing. 7. So, y'all hear me talk about this all the time, about the name Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. Jesus. Fake name, y'all. Made up name. Fake name, made up name. So let me tell you, right? So first of all, the J was never created back in those times, all right? So they was pronouncing his name Jesus or Asus, right? Because the J was never created. Now, when you're saying Asus or when you're saying Jesus, because Jesus Asus is the same thing, you are saying Hail Zeus. So every time you're saying Jesus, in the name of Jesus, in the name, you're saying Hail Zeus, Hail Zeus. If you don't know who Zeus is an ancient Greek god, the god of thunder. He's like the god of all the gods. So he's a pagan god, right? So we know, just like everything else, somebody went and they switched stuff, they switched names, they created all of this fake stuff. So of course, that's all you know. So that's the name that you call. But his name is Yeshua. His name is Yeshua HaMashiach. All right. Some people say, well, how do you know? Where do you get your research from? So with me, I don't do a lot of researching and reading in books because the majority of the stuff, the bulk of the stuff, about a good 95, 98% is all tainted. So I'll get my information straight from God, or he'll lead me to something. Let's just say, for example, he'll lead me to a book, right? I'll open the book. I'll go through the pages. Then I'll know to stop. Certain parts or certain paragraphs will be highlighted. And then that's my indication this part is true. So that's how I get my information. But some people say, well, what's a good book? So I don't really mess with books and all that stuff. You know, it's so much stuff has been tainted and tampered with. So I learned all of mine like straight from the horse's mouth. So I get it from God, I get it from Yeshua, or I get it from my experiences out here as I'm working. I'm learning a lot as I'm working with these demons. So, and also somebody asked me a question today. They said, we was talking about something, and it was like, well, how do you know this stuff? And then I told them a lot of stuff happened with me. I was told, God told me, he said, start looking at the sun. I want you to start, some people call it eating the sun. Start sun gazing. So that's what I started doing. Now, when you sun gaze, you can't just run out here and look at the sun at any time. You're gonna go blind. So I had to look at the sun an hour before it was, I think an hour before it was rising, like an hour after it set, something like that. It's a window that you can look at the sun and it's safe for the eyes. It was like an hour before and an hour after. So when I would look at it, I started seeing stuff spinning around in the sun. I started seeing electricity. I started seeing thunderbolts. So I really thought I was tripping. So I would call other people and say, look at the sun and tell me what you see. They was like, it's yellow. That's all I see. So I was like, why am I seeing this? So the first day I did it, I saw all this thunder and lightning bolts and something like, I don't know, something hit my eyes. So I had to do this for maybe like 3 or 4 months. So what I found out was I would be talking to people and they would ask me stuff. And I would just go in and be talking for 20 minutes. And at the end, it was like, how you know? And I was like, you know what? How do I know? So to find out what was happening was God was downloading me with information through the sun. So God is everything. He's the source of everything. So it was almost like, just imagine somebody taking a wire, running it from a computer and then running it to me. So everything was being downloaded. So that's how I started learning. And I was learning stuff fast and didn't really know how I was learning until he told me. So I was getting a lot of what we call downloads. So you'll get them through the sun. I would get them through my dreams. So that's how I was getting information. So anyway, the name is not Jesus. You know, I know it's a hard habit to break because you've been so used to saying it, but you know, just wanted to tell you about that. And just like I also talk about the word amen, because whenever you're saying amen, Lucifer went by the name of Amen-Ra. Now, what a lot of people don't know was Lucifer walked the earth before Yeshua came in form. So that's how people are getting so messed up out here. Because all of this stuff is attached to ancient Egyptian stuff. All this stuff is ancient. It's before Christ. So if Lucifer was on earth before Yeshua was, and it's all ancient, and all of those Greek goddesses and all, they were pagan gods. So they didn't believe in gods and Yeshua. They didn't believe in any of that. So they was going more so with gods and Amen-Ra, which Amen-Ra, the sun god. Yep, the sun god. And he was evil. He was demonic. And so when you're saying amen, that's what the Greeks did. So they had multiple gods, but they saw that Amen-Ra was the strongest. So they just narrowed it down and just worshiped this one God, Amen-Ra. So they said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put the word amen at the end of our prayers, and this will show worship to this God. So that's what they were doing, you know. And all of these gods, they did different sacrifices. They sacrificed babies. They did all this stuff. So you know it's all tied to demonic stuff. I just worked with a young girl a couple days ago through Zoom Deliverance, and she had a lot going on. She was trying to figure out what it was. So I looked at her arm. She had a picture of Nefertiti, and she had a picture of the Ankh. The demons came in through her tattoos. They entered her body through her tattoos. So tattoos can be a portal, an open door. You get the wrong stuff, you can't open the door, and they're coming in that way. So now she got stuff in her body, moving, stuff going on in her stomach, aches, pains. The doctors can't figure out what's going on. So that's what her situation is. So it's a lot of people that got this Ankh. and they'll try to argue with you up and down. Oh, it don't mean that. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm not even here to argue with you. If that's what you want to do it. That's fine. But I'm just telling you that it's demonic. So whatever you want to do from that point on, do it. But, you know, again, I'm the messenger, so that's all I do. I just bring the messages. So that's what that. All right, so moving right along. All right, so now we're gonna really jump into something, right? So this gets deep. So if I got any church people up here, this might be a little bit too much for you. You might want to come back when we start prayers. But yeah, so this gets a little deep here. So I'm gonna try to talk a little bit, not a whole lot, because I know I ain't gonna have time, but talk some about Starseeds. All right. So you may hear people say, oh, especially the heavy church people or the religious people. They'll say, oh, Starseeds, oh, that's the new thing. You hear them say, oh, that's new age, that's new age, that's new age. So they say that because they don't understand and they don't know. And I always tell y'all, when you hear them say this stuff, ask them, why is it new age? Because when I ask them, I get the same answer. You know what it is? It's not in the Bible. I'm like, you got to give me more than it's not in the Bible. Because y'all already know, like I showed y'all like 19 verses that made absolutely no sense that was in the Bible. So you got to give me more. What is your reason for always calling something new age? So anyway, Starseeds. All right, so what is a starseed? So you actually have, so I think I'm one. Yeah, and I'm telling you, when it comes to starseeds, so starseeds, you know, we are just, we've reincarnated in other planets. All right, so you starseeds, you reincarnated in other planets. People don't believe that, they think basically after you die that's it. There's no reincarnation. But you come back as different things. You can come back as a white man, a white woman, a black man, you can come back as a blade reincarnation. Yeah, you can come back as a blade of grass, a dog, a cat. Everything has energy. You can come back as a rock, a piece of sand. It all has energy. So you lose the body, but the soul never dies, right? So you have some people that constantly come back to Earth and they reincarnate on Earth. And, you know, they just keep coming back on Earth. You got other people who are visiting other planets. So many planets out here. And those are the starseeds. And when they're coming in, you have some that are like walk-ins or volunteers. So they just come in to help humanity. You have some that have like just a straight up mission, and they'll come in here and they come with gifts. Let's see, it's so many different types. You have what we call grid workers. And everybody I'm naming, these are people that I personally know. Like I know somebody in Egypt, in Cairo. So that's what she does. She's what we call a grid worker. So God will have her go to different locations, and she can pray and do things. She can open up different portals for different things to come in. She can close portals. They call those grid workers. Then of course you have the healers. You know, you have the healers that come in. You also have, which I don't know if y'all familiar with the term light body. So I'm not trying to get real deep with this because it gets real deep. But with the light body, so I know someone, she's a light body mentor. So she helps you to prepare your body for your light body. So what a light body is, it takes a lot to achieve that. And so your light body is like, you know how they say we all are a spark of God. So when you get your light body, that's like the glue to that spark. So now God like is within you. So you will go to her. So that's her mission, to help you to get this light body. And it is actually a light, because I had to go to her, and that's how I started my spiritual awakening, and it entered me. So it is just a body, like a cutout of you, but it's all light. And I didn't understand what was going on because I kept having dreams of running and like running to demons and casting demons out, but my whole body was nothing but light. And when I looked up in the air, like, it was a dark sky, and the sky lit up with light. And I saw Yeshua's face. And then I saw like a cherub angel. And it kept saying, he was cracking me up. He was like, run, man of God, run. Run, man of God, run. And I was like running to trying to get these demons or whatever. So all this stuff is crazy, but it's true. So yeah, y'all keep tapping those screens so we can get some hearts, man. So that's how that goes. So like, I was working with a young lady one time, and her son, he think he was like 4 years old, right? And so her son was like, he was like, mommy. He was like, well, he would always draw pictures of like planets and stars. She was like, well, why you keep drawing this? He was like, because this is where I'm from. She was like, what do you mean? He was like, this is where I'm from. He actually named the planet that he was from. So she was like, did somebody tell you that? He was like, no, mom, this is where I'm from. And then he told her, he said, you don't remember when I was your dad? She was like, what? He was like, yes, like I was your dad. You don't remember? So people don't understand, but you reincarnate, and most of the time you do it with the same group. So when I mean the same group, let's say your family now. So y'all can come back and you'll switch positions. Your husband can come back as your wife. Your kids can come back as your mom or your dad. So it'll keep constantly, keep switching. And normally for the kids, right? So normally for the kids, we'll call the kids indigos. So the kids, they'll call them like indigos or rainbow children or crystal children. So these children have gifts. I know one of them too. And now the thing is with them, they normally are always diagnosed with like ADHD, autism, but it's not because they really have this condition going on. What it is, they are so intelligent, and so they are so bored with the stuff that they're learning. So they, even though they're like in this kid's body that's 7 or 8 years old, you know, even though that their soul is so advanced. They are so intelligent. The soul is so advanced. That's why you see like a lot of these autistic kids or with ADHD, like they're super smart. But the thing is, they get into trouble because they're bored. You know, they're just bored. So you have to like be real innovative if you have a child like this, and you just got to keep switching it up and doing different stuff, because they on a whole nother level. And if you like a teacher that's boring and you keep doing the same stuff every day, okay, kids, we're going to jump rope today and reset. We're going to do hopscotch. Like, they get bored. Like, you got to keep switching it up, doing different stuff. Even when you're teaching them, you know, it has to be in different ways because they get bored so easy, and they're real gifted too. Yeah. So the Starseeds come in with all of these different gifts, healing gifts. They come in with psychic abilities, all different things. What other types? So I'm gonna go through some. So let's go through some of the types of Starseeds. I'm gonna go through, as I got a little decent list. Maybe I'll go through maybe like 5 of them. So let's see here. And also too, y'all can go on YouTube. There's a show that's called The Ghost Inside My Child. You know, I know some people are like, I don't believe it, but the ghost inside my child is all of these kids who have lived a past life, and they're young. They're like 4 or 5 years old. They're like, oh, I remember when I was a helicopter pilot, a plane pilot. I remember when I was in World War. This stuff that they shouldn't know, they know. And the people go back and research it, and like a couple examples, they even found a little boy's picture. The little boy was like, I got a sister that stays around the corner from here. Her name is Lucy. They go around there and knocked on the door, and this little boy was like, hey, sis, your name is Lucy? And the lady tried to shut the door, and he told her everything. They was like, how does this little boy know this stuff? But yeah, all this stuff is true. Let's see here. So, yeah, so all this stuff is true. So before I get into like the different names of the Starseeds, I'm going to ask y'all another question. Do y'all know the purpose of a baby having a soft spot on the top of his head? Does anybody know the reason why a baby has a soft spot on top of his head? You know, when they're first born, right at the top is real soft and mushy. But as they get older, the soft spot closes up. You can pull it up on YouTube, or if you got like a DVR, you can go and it's on demand. Somebody say room to go. Somebody said so they can breathe. Damn, somebody said so they can breathe. What they think the baby a whale? You know, them whales have them holes on the top so they can breathe. You think he breathe? Y'all think he breathing through the hole on the top of his head? For downloads, because they can get their downloads for information. Said a hole on top of their head to breathe. They're calling the newborn baby whales. Let me see. Downloads. All right, so I guess nobody else knows. I was always told the skull is still growing in, hasn't closed yet. Not sure I don't. Okay, so I'll tell you. So the purpose of that's what a trauma from a past life. So the purpose of that is that's where the soul enters. That soft spot. The soul enters through that soft spot, and as the baby gets older, the skull forms and it closes. So that's where the soul enters, through the top of the head. Just to let you know. So now they don't breathe through that. They don't breathe through that hole on the top of their head. Now they ain't part human and part whale. No, that's where the soul comes. So so y'all know that. Okay, moving right along. Let's see here. I don't know though. They might. I think the mermaids might have holes on the top of their head. I think that's how they breathe. So let's see. So let's see, soft spot. So yeah. So let's talk about some of the different types of star seeds here. Let's talk about some of the different types of star seeds. So I talked about the indigo. So for the kids, it's like the indigo, rainbow children, crystal children. And even like with the rainbow kids, they gave them that name because, you know, we all have like a aura that's around us. It's like a cloud that's around us. And with this cloud that's around us, people are able to read your aura to see what you're going through, like your different emotions. Like if you're mad, maybe your aura might be red. If you're happy, your aura might be yellow. So these different colors can tell people, you know, what issues you have. But anyway, they call them rainbow kids because they have like a rainbow aura. And so that's how they got the name, the rainbow kids. So do star seeds have a lot of thoughts? So yeah, so star seeds have a whole lot of thoughts. You know, sometimes, especially in your dreams, like me, and while I'm dreaming, I've visited, like I've seen other planets. I've been on spacecrafts. I've been on all types of things, because you'll go back, you'll start seeing, especially when you go through your spiritual awakening, you'll start learning stuff. You'll start seeing what you were, you know, what you were doing in these past lives. So I've seen a whole lot. Aliens are real. Oh yeah. I've seen a lot of them, a lot. And I thought that maybe, okay, it's maybe 20 or 30 species. No, God showed me that the number is infinite. It don't stop. So you got some good star seeds, you got some bad star seeds. But, you know, because some of them come here and you get corrupted by this world. Like, for example, I know one lady, that's a star seed, that she's always depressed and she's suicidal. But the reason why, because she'll tell you, I just feel lost here. I feel like I don't want to be here. Like, you will actually feel like you're missing, like you're not home. You're missing something. Like, this is not your home. And then they'll get like real, you know, depressed, anxiety, suicidal, because that'll bother you that bad. It's so much hatred here, you know, in the world. So much darkness. And, you know, some of the star seeds are just used to coming from such a, you know, loving planets and different things. But, you know, they say Earth is a hard planet. It really is, because, you know, it's Satan's playground. So when you're used to the unicorns and cotton candy and flowers and you come here, some of them can't take it, like, and they don't know how to cope with it. So she was yeah, she was freaking out. So I was in this group, and that's when I was just first learning I was a healer. So like the person that was leading the group, they was like, grab his hand, he can make you feel better. So I grabbed her hand, and she immediately started crying. And she was like, man, something came out of me. So that's how I started learning that I was a healer. So and it helped to calm her down. But yeah, some starseeds, they go through that. So you have like one type of starseeds, you would say the Orion starseeds. All right. So their planet, they would originate from like the planet or the star Orion. So some of the things that they are attached to, like they're interested in astronomy, science, chemistry. Let's see what else. Genetics. Got a real like great sense of humor. Real interested in like ancient history, and they have a whole lot of knowledge about different topics. And so, and the thing about it, usually for the Orion star seeds, they usually incarnate as like a Capricorn or Virgo or Taurus. So they normally come in that way through those months, and that'll be their sign. And they're very intelligent people too. So yeah, that's one thing about them. Then you have what we call the Arcturians. Yeah, the Arcturians. The Anunnakis, yep, they definitely were real. You got the Arcturians. So Arcturians, and these are some things you can kind of see if you have some of these traits. You know, you may fall into some of this stuff. So with the Arcturians, they are like great public speakers, leaders in the community. They don't fear death, so they are not scared about like death at all. They're very good with math, and they always like to have a plan. So they always like put a plan together for everything. They don't just go out here on a whim and do stuff. They love technology, and people may say they have like a big ego, or they're very like arrogant. But because they're known to have like a lot of confidence, and real good with like what is this, architecture, like that type of stuff. They're real sensitive to light, sensitive to smell, sound. Like some of the interests, like they're real interested in like metaphysics. What else? But they try to guard their feelings a lot. They guard their feelings a lot. And they can kind of read people's thoughts. And they've most of the time been called like the black sheep of the family. They enjoy like attention, getting attention. And something else, like they'll have like low blood pressure, but they'll go to the doctor, and the doctor can't find anything wrong with them. So those are some of the things with that. Also, you got the Palladians. So the Palladians, they're kind of known to be like gentle, soft-spoken, humanitarians, empaths, polite. And they're normally built like tall and slender. And they just want to kind of like spread love through the world. And they have like a real deep interest in like healing and metaphysics. And they're very, very sensitive, and they're drawn to like outer space. They're like people pleasers. But they do have like real bad anxiety issues if they're out of alignment. So you can be a starseed, is a good thing, but if you're out of alignment, then like I said, it's easy to get corrupt here, and it can turn to something else. So, and another one I'll talk about, that'll be the last one, and then I'm gonna start these prayers. The Draconians. Now, I've heard a lot of negative things about the Draconians. So you normally have like a lot of the politicians that are in there. So it's a lot of wicked stuff going on, but all of them are not dark. So they're like drawn to science, math, and when they're out of alignment, they're real money hungry. But when they're in alignment, They want to unite people. They're also attracted to reptilians or reptiles. They don't really take kindly to like authority or higher, you know, anybody that's higher than them. They don't really do well with that. They may even have like a long face. They have like a long face, and they normally work with politics. They work with politics. So that's kind of what the draconians. The draconians are definitely real. Some, yep. Well, yeah, they're definitely are shapeshifters. So, yeah. So just wanted to touch on a few of those. But yeah, y'all, the Starseed stuff is real. And again, the religious people that I know they don't understand, but the stuff is real. Like I said, I've seen it, and it's so much stuff that's going on out here that people don't know about. You know, and it's crazy. But like I said, these pastors and prophets, they don't want to talk about it because they're scared that people will look at them a certain way, and you know, and they don't want that. They'll lose members. So a lot of this stuff they don't know, or if they do know, they don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna try to normally what I try to do, I try to take this and throw it on YouTube so it can replay. Yeah, so a lot of Christians call Starseeds. Yeah, because they don't understand. They don't know. Yeah, they just don't know. They don't understand. But this stuff, if they only knew the real truth, are you saying, yeah, Starseed? Yeah. Because you come from the stars. You come from the stars. Your star seeds, the different planets that you travel on or that you originate from. Instead of being reincarnated in Earth, the star seeds go to other planets, and that's how they learn. You learn with other planets, and that's why the star seeds to be so much more advanced versus a person that's just being, you know, reincarnated in Earth. So it's definitely learning. So yeah, it's a lot. I mean, you even have different councils up in space, which I've seen that too, like the Council of 12. It's different spiritual councils. It's a lot that's going on. I mean, I haven't seen this, but I've even heard people say how they have like what is it called? They have like a whistleblower. It's like a whole galactic like army up in space. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on that people just don't they don't know about. But the stuff is real, you know, all the stuff on the backside of the moon and all these alien bases. You know, you got the aliens, they got bases that's under in the sea. Yep, you got that. They all the way at the bottom of the sea. They got portals in the ocean. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of stuff. A lot. Just a lot, man. So we just only know just a little bit, not a lot. So yeah, it's deep. Yeah, it gets deep. So are sirens real? Yep. I seen them too. So I'm gonna tell you, all this stuff that you see on TV, you see on the cartoons, and we kind of laugh at it. This stuff is real. I've seen Bigfoot, aliens, mermaids, shapeshifters, unicorns. I've seen a lot of stuff. A lot. Like, I've even seen a tree with a face on it one time. Like, once your spiritual eyes are really open, and see, everybody can't handle it because you'll really freak out. But if you could really see what's going on around you, like, you will be, yeah, it'll have you messed up. It's like now, like all of this stuff around us is not even real. So that's hard for people to grasp, like, you know, this whole living in the matrix type thing. You know, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. Greek gods are real. Yep, Medusa, all of that stuff. Greek gods, all that stuff is real. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Like living in Narnia. Yep. You're absolutely right. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna start the prayers for tonight. My God, tell me I woke up outside and I seen a tree. That stuff is it's real, man. So I'm gonna start the prayers, right? So the people that's new, so I'm gonna just kind of tell y'all how this go, right? So if during these prayers, if you coughing, burping, sneezing, your eyes running, itching real bad, passing gas, what else? Have to pee real bad or keep peeing, pooping, throwing up, spit. What else? I think that's it, right? Ears popping. Yeah, if you got anything like that going on, that's a good sign, and that just means that the demons are chills. Yeah, chills. The demons are coming out of you. So if anything like this going on, Yeshua is delivering you. And that's a good thing. And let me know what you're feeling in the comments, because if you got too much going on, then you really need a one-on-one deliverance. But so yeah. And then some people don't feel anything. So, it's different for everybody. You may even sneeze too. Sneeze, yawn, or hiccups. Anything like that. Burping. Oh yeah. And if you got earplugs, put your earplugs or your earbuds in, your earbuds. Yeah, put those in, because it's good when I'm praying. When you have the sound coming directly to your ears, you got your volume turned all the way up, it hits much faster and harder. So I'm gonna give y'all about a minute or two to grab that. And then I'll go ahead. We'll start praying. Yep. Nose running, eyes watery. Yep. Hey, what's up, Thomasina? Yep. Anxiety, sniffles. Tendinitis and an ear ringing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll get started. All right, y'all. So before I start, I always pray to break the altars. Demons form altars, and these altars give whatever they're doing against you, it gives it power. So it will strengthen the attack against you. So we got to break the altar. So every demonic altar has been built against you, I break it in the name of Yeshua. Every demonic altar in the air, the land, and the sea, I break it in the name of Yeshua. Every demonic ancestral altar that is attached to you, I break it in the name of Yeshua. Every demonic altar that has been built against your finances, that's been built against your health, built against your relationships, I break it in the name of Yeshua. I command everything of the darkness to leave out of your body now. I command all unclean spirits to go now in the name of Yeshua. I command that you go now. Everything that's unrighteous, leave out of your body now. I command that it goes. Everything that is unclean, go. Everything that is demonic, go. Everything that is negative, go. I'm commanding that everything of Satan's kingdom come totally out of your body now in the name of Yeshua. I'm commanding that it all goes now. I command all heaviness, leave the body now. If there's anything in their heads, I command it all to leave the head now. All fogginess, leave the head. All demons that are manipulating their minds, go now. I command that you go. All spirits of anger, leave them now. All spirits of chaos and destruction, leave them now. All spirits of confusion, leave them now. I command that it all goes in the name of Yeshua. I command every demon to go, every negative spirit to go, every devil to go, every witch, every warlock to go. I command all marine spirits to leave out of you now. Every marine spirit that has attached itself to you, go now in the name of Yeshua. Everything that has entered you through sex, leave out now. Everything that has entered you through drugs, leave out now. Everything that has entered you through music, leave now in the name of Yeshua. Everything that has entered you through pornography and masturbation, go now. I command that you leave. Everything that has entered you through Satan's kingdom, I'm commanding that it fully leaves the body now. Come all the way out. Everything that has entered you through liquids, go. Everything that has entered you through food, go. I'm commanding all unclean spirits, leave out of God's children now. Come all the way out and never return. I'm commanding that it all goes now. All poison in the body, come up and come out. All poison in the stomach, leave the chest, and come out of the mouth now in the name of Yeshua. I'm commanding that it all goes now. I command all serpent spirits to leave the body now. All reptile spirits, go. All snake spirits, go. All cobra spirits, go. All python spirits, go. I'm commanding that it all goes now and that it leaves your body and that it never returns. Go in the name of Yeshua. I command that it leaves. I command the spirit of Leviathan to go now. I command the spirit of Poseidon to go now. I command the spirit of Trident to go now. I command the queen of the coast to leave now. I command all sirens and all mermaids to leave now. I command the spirit of Ursula to leave now. Everything that's demonic in the ocean that's attached to you, go now. I command all octopus spirits to leave now. I command that it all goes now. All shape-shifting spirits from the marine kingdom that's attached to you, leave out of God's children now. Come all the way out. I command that it goes now. Leave their bodies. I command the spirit of Satan and Lucifer to go. I command the spirit of Asmodeus to go. I command the spirit of Baal, the spirit of Baal to go. I command the spirit of Baphomet to leave. I command the spirit of Jezebel and Lilith to go. I command all falling angels, all dark angels, all trickster spirits, all negative spirits, all elemental spirits, all pagan spirits. I'm commanding that it all leaves your body now in the name of Yeshua. All squid spirits, everything that's demonic, come out now in the name of Yeshua. I'm commanding and I'm demanding that it all goes now. Leave out of God's children and never return. I command all witchcraft spirits to go. All voodoo spirits to go. All Hindu spirits to go. All Santeria spirits to leave. All spirits of black magic to go. Everything that's unclean, go now. I cage every witch and warlock that's casting spells and curses on you. I command everything that has entered you through divination to leave. Everything that has entered you through invocations to leave. Everything that has entered you through rituals and ceremonies to leave. I'm commanding that it all goes now in the name of Yeshua. Leave out of their bodies and never return. Everything that has attached itself to your bloodline, go now. If anything has attached to you through fraternities or sororities, leave now. If anything has attached to you through Eastern Stars or Freemasons, leave now. I'm commanding that it all goes now. All poison, all darkness, leave the body now. All witchcraft, go now. I command that it all leaves now. I remove all demonic strongholds over your life. Every demon that's affecting your finance, leave now. Every demon that is affecting your health, leave now. Every demon that's affecting your relationships, leave now. Every attack that the enemy is applying on your life, I command that it goes now. All spirits of anxiety, depression, PTSD, leave out of their heads now. All suicidal spirits, leave now. I command every negative spirit that is whispering in your ear to go now. I'm sending fire to every demonic device in your body. I destroy it with the flames of Yeshua. I command the spirit of lust to go. I command all addictions to pornography and sex to leave. All spirits of adultery go now. All food addictions leave. All gambling addictions leave. I command all addictions to drug and alcohol to go now. All addictions to marijuana to leave now. I command all cannabis spirits to go now. I break all addictions over your life. All addictions attached to marijuana, to cigarettes. I break it and I remove it in the name of Yeshua. All cocaine addictions, all crack addictions, all meth addictions. I break it and I remove it in the name of Yeshua. I command that it all goes now. I command all incubus spirits to go, all succubus spirits. Every spirit that's coming in your dreams having sex with you, I command that it comes out of the dreams now. Every spirit, spirit of nightmares, leave now. I command that it goes and it comes out of your body. Every spiritual husband, every spiritual wife, go. Every incubus spirit, every succubus spirit, go. I'm commanding that it all leaves now. All spirits of pain, hurt, trauma, go. All spirits of backwardness, all spirits of setback, stagnation, leave out of them now in the name of Yeshua. All spirits of delay, go now. All spirits of rejection, of abandonment, go. All jealous spirits, leave now. All spirits of sickness, all spirits of infirmity, go now. All monitoring spirits, leave now. I commanded they go in the name of Yeshua. All spirits of rape, molestation, denial, leave out of them now. I'm commanding that you go. All deaf, dumb, and mute spirits, leave out of them now. I command that you go. All spirits of ADHD and autism, go now. I'm commanding everything of Satan's kingdom come all the way out now. I command all spirits of confusion to go. All homosexual spirits, leave. All lesbian spirits, leave. I command that it all goes now. Come out of God's children and never return. I break all generational curses over your life. Everything that has entered you through generational curses, I break it and I remove it in the name of Yeshua. All spirits of gluttony, go. All spirits of obesity, go. I command that it all goes now. All spirits of pride and incest, leave out of them now. Everything of the darkness, everything of Satan's kingdom, come all the way out and never return. I'm commanding this and I'm demanding it in the name of Yeshua. All contrary spirits, go now. All spirits of affliction, go now. All spirits of fornication, go now. I'm commanding that it all leaves, that it all goes. All gossiping spirits, leave now. All sickness, leave out of the body. All sickness in your head, go. If it's anything that's affecting the brain, leave out of their brains now. All sickness in the eyes, leave out of the eyes now. Everything in their ears, their nose, their mouth, their throats, go. All cancer, leave out of the body. All poison, leave out of the blood. All sickness, leave out of all of the major organs. I'm commanding all pains and aches, leave out of the nerves, leave out of the bones, leave out of the joints. I command all swelling to leave the body now. Be healed of diabetes. Be healed of high cholesterol. Be healed in the name of Yeshua. Be healed in your kidneys, your heart, your liver, your lungs, your nerves. Be healed all throughout your body in the name of Yeshua. I command everything standing in the way of your healing to go now. Be healed of your arthritis. I'm asking the Most High to touch you in the areas where your pain is, where your sickness is, and that you be healed of it in the name of Yeshua. Be healed of rheumatoid arthritis. We're commanding all sickness to leave your body now. Repeat after me. Deliver me, Yeshua. Yeshua, deliver me. Yeshua, deliver me. Yeshua, remove all sickness from my body. Yeshua, remove all sickness from my body. Yeshua, remove all unclean spirits from my body. Yeshua, remove all darkness from my body. Yeshua, remove all demons from my body. Yeshua, remove all devils from my body. Yeshua, free me. Be free of every demon that is attached to you. Be free of every negative spirit. Be free of all sickness in your body. I command the spirit of bipolar and schizophrenia to leave now. All spirits of insanity, leave now. I command that it all goes now. Everything that's demonic in the homes, come out of their homes now. Everything that's hiding in the closets, your rooms, your bed, your garage, the attic, the cars, everything that's on your property that's demonic, I command that it goes now. Everything that's attached to your kids that's demonic, I command that it goes now. Everything that's demonic that is attached to your pets, I command that it goes now. Everything leave now. Every plot, everything that the enemy is planning to do to you, I break it and I remove it in the name of Yeshua. I cover you with the blood of Yeshua. I cover your vehicle with the blood of Yeshua. I command all spirits of premature death to go now. All spirits of accidents to leave. All spirits of slips and fall to leave. All darkness that surrounds you, go now. Everything that's affecting your job, your promotion, your relationship, your family, I commanded it all goes now. All argumentative spirits leave now. Everything that is causing you to argue, everything that's causing you to have an attitude, everything that is affecting your mood, leave out of them now. I commanded it all goes. I'm sending fire all over your body. I'm increasing the fire throughout your head, your throat, your chest, your stomach, your arms, your hands, your legs, your feet, your back, your spine. I'm covering you with the flames of Yeshua, and I'm burning and destroying everything that's demonic in your body, everything that's negative. I'm cutting the head off of every snake. I'm cutting the head off of every demon that's in you. I'm commanding it all to go. Everything must leave. Every Greek god, every Greek goddess that's attached to you, I'm commanding it all goes now. That it all leaves. Every Egyptian spirit that's attached to you, I'm commanding that it all goes now. That it all leaves. Every African deity that's attached to you, I'm commanding that it all goes now. Every Orisha that's attached to you, I'm commanding that it all leaves now. That it all goes. Everything that has entered you knowingly and unknowingly that's negative, come out of their bodies now. I'm commanding that it all goes now. Everything that you've invited, we remove the invitation and we command them to go now. Leave God's children, come out of the bodies. Come all the way out and never return. All right, y'all. How y'all feeling? Everything must come out. Feeling light. All right. Sniffles, coughing, shaking. Good. All right. Lightheaded. Good, good. All right, all right. Rejuvenated. So, make sure you thank Yeshua for your deliverance tonight. And if anybody felt like whatever they had going on was like real excessive, then you may want to think about trying to schedule like a one-on-one deliverance session. And the website is in the orange. The email address is below Zelle. And the plan is to try to be back up here next Sunday. That is the plan. And again, y'all watch you placing their hands on y'all and praying. I'm telling you. You're welcome. Watch who touching you and praying for you. I wouldn't let nobody touch me. It's just real tricky out here. It's tricky, tricky, tricky. Feeling sick. Trying to tell y'all. So and let's see here. All right, let's answer some questions here. So I have been mentioning you on Sundays. Glad. Oh yeah, I'm trying to be here every Sunday. So ancestor altars are demonic. So I'm gonna tell you with those altars. If you want to do an altar, I just tell people to do a holy altar. See, the only thing is about the ancestral altars and all of that stuff, good and bad stuff can come in, you know. So you want to keep it so it's only positive stuff. So like a holy altar, and this altar is just used for you to talk back and forth with God, nobody else. So that's what I would suggest, because I'm telling you, the stuff is too tricky out here. It really is. Thank you, Thomasina. Yeah, so I went through a lot behind that. Yeah, that laying the hand stuff ain't no joke. And the people praying in tongues and all that, you don't even know what they're saying, because they do have a demonic tongue. I'm gonna tell you that. Like, it's not, like I always tell y'all, what I see, there is a good side of just about everything I'm seeing and a bad side. It's two sides of it. But just like I've told y'all, Satan or Lucifer has come to me several times trying to offer me a spot in his kingdom and telling me he'll make me rich and he'll allow me to rule over regents, and he'll introduce me to the Illuminati and move me up. A lot of these people are accepting that, and they're taking it. That's why you got so many corrupt pastors and prophets and these spiritual people out here, because of the money and the power. Yeah, because of the money and the power. Yep. It's like that guy this weekend. So he really thought he got delivered, but he'll probably be going through some serious issues, because there was some heavy witchcraft. Talk about the rapture. Yeah, the rapture. Yes, I don't even believe in that. Yeah, I don't believe in it. I agree with it's tricky. Yep. How do you feel? How do you do a holy altar? If somebody want to do a holy altar, the way that I do it, I get led. So people make appointments with me, and I get led different ways to tell the person how to build that altar. That's so sad. The gift comes without repentance. Yeah. Did you keep his information to try? Yeah. Tried to text him out. But see, what's happening is there ain't nothing but those demons. They're trying to they'll always get in the way. They're trying to block it, because he was so gun-ho over that guy. But I haven't felt anything like that in a while. For real. Like that stuff was like, when I mean heavy, it was heavy. I was like, whoa. And he, he is really, really trying to get close to God. He don't know, he just got loaded with a lot of demons. A lot of demons. So, and hopefully Wonder Woman, hopefully she'll reach out. Is anyone else freezing up? Yeah. Yep. Oh, we need real deliverance. So it's just a lot out here that you just gotta watch out for. Because they're coming. Yeah, I know it's been freezing up tonight. Okay, you hear me now, so. Yeah, I've got a few, guess what? Yeah, at least about 20 more minutes. Yep, discernment is key. I'm tell y'all, but some of them are just so good, boy. Like, they put on a show. And they will have you fooled. They will really have you fooled. So if you're not really, really paying attention, because I'm going to tell you, like, when I see a prophet with a nose ring, that's a red flag. When I see a prophet with a tongue ring, that's a red flag. So I'm gonna tell you, so nobody can steal your gift, right? So, like, your gifts come from God. Your gifts come from God. Some people take the gifts and they misuse the gift and they work for the wrong side. But the gifts come from God, so like nobody can steal it. I was trying to go back. Yeah, I stopped them. Yeah, so nobody can they can't take what God gave you. Pay attention to your dreams. Yeah, a lot of times, yeah, God work, yeah, especially me, like, he works through me. Through my dreams a whole, like, I get a lot. Like, he works with me with animals. So I always, like, what I've been seeing here recently are turtles, rabbits, and that just means, like, new beginnings. So, and what I think that it means is that I am about to start working more with the healing. So I'm just waiting for some test results right now. The lady I've been working with stage 4 cancer. So we're waiting on that. I think I'll be jumping back more into like the healing. People say that energy workers can heal, steal gifts. No, I haven't seen that. yet. You got to be the old people say you got to be a bad mammy Tammy. Just to take somebody's gift. I ain't seen that one yet. I keep seeing red cardinals. That's a good sign. The red cardinals are normally angels or like a loved one. Is the earth going to do a pole shift? So the earth has already did like a shift into like 5D. That's why the veil is so thin. That's why people are seeing so much more. Yeah, I found out. Find out what gifts. Hold on, how do I find out what my gifts are? Either you can fast, or maybe you can speak to someone about it. Like, I have people that come to me, and I can tell them what their gifts are. Thank you so much. No problem. Butterflies close to me lately. Yeah, butterflies are good signs too. It's all positive. All positive signs. Is 5D a real thing? Yep. Sure is. Yeah, self-deliverance. Yeah, you can pray over yourself to try to get stuff out. But most of the times, the heavy stuff, you probably won't be able to do anything with that because you already have something that's already attached to you yourself. So it's going to be hard to call it out because you're not strong spiritually because something is already in you. Okay. Let's see what else. Will the poles shift flood most? With the poles, I haven't like gotten any information about any like flooding or anything like that. Yeah, birds are normally just messengers. They normally are like loved ones, and the cardinals are normally like angels or loved ones. The blue jays are normally for like clarity, just showing you that clarity is coming soon. Oh yeah, you definitely got to be careful what you ask for. Ain't no doubt about that. Because I ain't gonna lie, in the beginning I was greedy because people kept telling me, oh, you know, you got to pick one gift, and I was like, nah, I want them all. And God gave me all of them so I can work through all of them. But maybe that's why I go through so much, the stuff I go through. Yeah, he has happiness. Yep. That's what I thought. I saw a blue jay today. Yeah, man, this stuff is I remember they used to always tell me in the beginning, right? Because all of us have a spiritual team that's assigned to us, right? So the spiritual team is normally like spirit guides and angels. And so you will get to know your spirits, right? That's assigned to you. And it's kind of cool how it is. So you'll have to be able to identify if it's really your spirit or somebody that's out there faking. So what the spirits will do, they'll give you what I call a signature move. But this is a process. You got to go through all this. So let's just say, for example, you'll start feeling a buzzing sensation at the top of your head. That'll let you know that you're talking to the correct spirit. Now, if a voice starts coming in and you don't feel that buzzing, you know that that's something fake trying to talk to you. So that's what they'll do. They'll do different things to your body to let you know that it's them. And you build a relationship. You take time, you sit, you speak with them, and they guide you. And they'll guide you. And the same thing with the angels. But the angels, like, a lot of people don't use the angels, like, and they're sitting back waiting. So you got to ask for help. They won't just intervene unless God tell them to, but most of the time you have to ask. So a lot of people be sitting back because they're not asking, because these angels got specific jobs that they do. I was praying for the gift of healing, and my body has been going through. Yeah, because that healing gift, whew, man, they try to attack. Y'all remember when I very first started healing, I had dislocated a thumb on one hand, and the other hand, I had a gang of bees. This was the craziest thing ever that attacked me, right? But the thing is, I saw them. They came after my hand. So they didn't attack the hand that the thumb was dislocated on. They came from my other hand. I got stung like 18 times because I was pulling the stingers out. And the thing is, I'm allergic to bees. Real bad. And it was like trying to shut my hands down so I couldn't heal because I had a cast on the other hand. So these demons know what you're going to be doing in the future, and they're going to try to shut it down. I'd have been through some serious attacks, man. Serious attacks. Serious. It's like one of the girls I'm working with now, she's going through it too. I know she said they tried to yank her steering wheel so she could crash, and making her skin burn and just tormenting her left and right, man, like non-stop. That's why I tell people, these demons don't stop. And the way you get back is with your fasting and praying. Because if they get a hold of you, they ain't gonna let you go. Not till you kill yourself. Yeah, not until you take yourself out. Because Planet X destroyed the Earth. Planet X destroyed the Earth. I haven't got anything on that about that. Nope, I haven't got anything about it. Yeah, but I can tell you what's going to end up destroying this Earth. It's going to be this pollution. There's so much pollution, man. It's crazy. You know, just like that fire in Canada. They were saying that, like, walking outside, like in New York and Canada, they was like, they compared it to like smoking, I think, 11 packs of cigarettes a day when you walk outside and inhale that stuff. Yep, they'll try to pull that wheel. I'm telling you. They do a lot, man. And clean spirits attached to you. They're talking about solar flares. Yep. I worked with somebody with that too, watching tarot online. I would not do that, especially if you're participating in it. If you are participating in it. Even if it's not directly for you. You know what? I haven't ran into that one yet, but I would just say, I would just stay out of it. I wouldn't even watch it online, the tarot cards online. Yeah. 45 minutes away from Canada. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Is it still real bad in Canada? I know it is. Fish dying on the beach. And, you know, over in Vegas, they, I think it was like a UFO that crashed. You know, a lot of people been reporting seeing aliens and UFOs. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot. The world like it's going crazy. Can your spirit guide be your family member, or how would you know? Yeah, they can be your family member. Most of the time, if it's your family member, so they'll try to do stuff like, let's say if y'all had a favorite song together, like that song will keep playing on the radio, or just like I know a girl, like her and her grandmother, like they like butterflies. So let's just say a picture will fall off the wall and she would see a butterfly. So they'll do stuff so you would know. Yeah, the alien stuff is wild. Yeah, they're coming out. Yeah, I work with people individually. I sure do. I had a group. I had a group that I worked with. They was real gifted, like real gifted. And each one of them was unique, and they just kind of started. They kind of started falling off, because like I said, when you jump into stuff, Satan is coming for you, so you got to be strong. You got to keep up with your fasting. And see, a lot of people want to work in the gift, but they don't want to do the stuff that they need to do to keep themselves protected and strong. Like, it's just certain things you got to do. It's a certain way you gotta walk. You can't have one foot in and one foot out. It don't work like that. What's the difference in Yeshua and Yeshua? Is it the same? Yeah, I think some people just spell it different. Yeah. Some people say Yeshua. Some people say Yahshua. Yeah. But, yeah, you got to actually feel someone kiss me on the cheek. Yeah, that probably was a loved one. Yeah, but the stuff is so real, man. It's like some of these people, they don't even want to. I talked to a friend about alien. He started freaking out. Like, they don't even want to hear about it. They don't want to think about it. I'm like, man, if you had an idea of the stuff that was out here, like, matter of fact, my wife friend was saying that she had moved into a new house, and she said that, you know, she's the only one that lives there, so she kept hearing a lot of coughing at night. So she'll get up and walk around the house. She was like, "Where's this coughing coming from?" Then she wouldn't hear it. So her mom came and visited her and stayed with her. So she kept hearing the coughing again. So the next morning she asked her mom, she was like, was you coughing last night? She was like, no, but I ain't getting no sleep because I heard it all night too. So the next night, same thing, coughing all night. So she got up and went in the hallway, and she said it was an old man standing in the hallway. He said, "Get out of my house." Yep. So these houses need to be cleansed out. Some of these people that live in this house, if they don't like you, you know, stuff is crazy. Get me ready to learn more. Do I supposed to be doing? Yeah. What is this? Can you reach out to me? If you need deliverance, my website is at the bottom right there in the orange. So just go to my website. It's a number up there that you can either text or it's an email. You can email. And then that's how you can set up if you need deliverance. He would have that house. Yeah. Yep. She said the old man said, "Get out of my house." So the thing is, when you're doing house cleanses, I tell people to use dragon's blood to cleanse the house. But again, depending on what you have in the house, you may not be strong enough. If you have something that's strong in your house, then you have to get a spiritual person that's strong in order to get it out, especially if you got a portal in your house. You can't just have anybody closing portals. It's got to really be a person of God to get in there and close those portals out, those open portals. They got a show out now that's called Legion of, I think it's called Legion of Exorcism or something like that, or Exorcist, I think, Legion. And so it's like a group of I think like pastors and priests and all these people who can remove demons. And so they're talking about like different cases when they was going to people's houses. I think it come on the Travel Channel. It's different things, how they're closing stuff up. Does a person need deliverance after a near-death experience? I wouldn't say that, but one thing I would tell you about the near-death experience, because I've had a few of those. It seems like when that happened, that really opens up a person's gift. So a near-death experience normally will open up your gift. Because it's like right now, like myself and like 3 other people that I know that are Starseeds, and what we got all in common is like we got these unique gifts, but all of us been through bad accidents. And after the accidents, everybody gift open. And we all went through spiritual awakenings. Yeah, when you use the dragon's blood, just remember you want to use the one that's in a rock form, because that's the strongest one. You don't want to use the incense. And pray through the house while you're using that. Let's see, everything will be all right. You can go to like a spiritual store to purchase the dragon's blood, or you can order it online. Like normally I get it from Amazon. Just look at the rating on it. You want to make sure you get one that's good, because they got a lot of garbage out there too. Oh yeah, I've been to Savannah. But with the haunted houses, I went to, I'm trying to think, where was I at? I went to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. That was bad. So when I went to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, we had one on this tour. And we went to this train track. And at the train track, it's supposed to be haunted. It's supposed to have been a ghost or whatever. So the whole group walked off. And so I stayed back. And I was like, if it, because I ain't really believing the stuff. I was like, if this stuff is real, show yourself. And I started snapping pictures. So I didn't see nothing. So the next morning, me and my wife, we had breakfast and was eating. And I was scrolling through the phone. I was like, hold on, where did this picture come from? So it's the pictures that I took at the train station. And the story was that a lady had a dress. You know, they used to wear those long dresses. She tripped and fell on the tracks, and the train ran her over. So I saw a lady peek, like kind of looking at me behind this pole with this big dress on. So I was showing it to my wife. I was like, this won't even here last night. So I had 2 pictures with the lady on it. So I said, look, I said, when we get back home, blow the picture up. I'm going to frame it. So I was working and she called me and the smoke alarm was going crazy. She was like, I tried to download the picture and the smoke alarms went off. I'm getting rid of the picture. I'm getting rid of it. And I was like, yeah, just delete it. Yeah, but it was crazy. It was crazy. And then after we deleted the picture, we didn't have no more problems. Yeah. But see, you got to even be careful with the go see. A lot of that stuff, I can't really mess with it no more because that stuff be following me back home. So when you doing stuff like that, you got to always make sure you say nothing can follow me. Those ghosts and those spirits will follow you back home. Because something seemed to follow me today. I was trying to meditate and I smelled like smoke, like somebody was smoking. So it's always stuff that's trying to see these spirits. They can see we all got a star over our head. They can see your light. And that's what attracts them. So they'll follow you. But they follow you because they won't help. Like the candle store. Yeah, so. To use as relate to what is dragon's blood. Well, yeah, God was the one that had me use the dragon's blood. That's all it is like a it's a cleanser. It's a rock and you burn it. It's like an incense. But demons and spirits don't like the smell of it, so that runs them out of your home. And is it approved by, yeah, so that's how I do when I cleanse out people's homes. Yeah, I don't use nothing that ain't approved by God. Trust me, you don't have to worry about that. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I used to go to all that stuff back in the day because I never knew why I was so intrigued with the paranormal stuff and the ghost. But now I know. I started getting so many visions of past life experiences. And that's all I dealt with demons. So now I understand why while I was in it so much. I saw myself praying over haunted houses. I saw myself casting demons out of haunted houses. I saw myself reading Latin, that would be, because demons write in Latin. So it started making sense why I was having so many dreams and why I was seeing all these past lives when I was like a priest and whoever I was pulling out demons. I started seeing this stuff. So that's why I'm so comfortable with it now. It ain't take long for me to get used to it. I'm in Virginia. I'm like in Chesapeake, not too far from Virginia Beach. Every time I hear you, I think of the show Supernatural. Yep. That's what I used to watch. Supernatural. It's supernatural. Yeah. So, yeah. Normally what I do, I always post the live event link on my page, you know, and I try to do this every Sunday from like 7 to 9. So, I guess I'm gonna figure out if I'll be doing it next Sunday or not. But if I do, the link will be on my page. And also too, I know there's a couple new people up here. Y'all go get some Iraqi dinar. Iraqi dinar is what you want to get. I had a vision on that some years ago, and I know it's getting close to happening. So it's going to be a reevaluation on the Iraqi dinar. So go to a currency exchange place and go buy. The country is Iraq and the currency is called dinar. Go buy some of it and hold it and put it up, because something's coming soon with it. You'll be able to make some real good money off of it. And it's a very simple process. It ain't like you're dealing with stocks and crypto and all that. It's very, very easy. Very easy. But you'll be able to make some good money off it. Don't say I ain't tell you. Don't say I ain't tell you. Iraqi dinar. Where do you get it from? You're going to have to look up a currency exchange place that's near you. Just like the country Iraq. And the name of it is dinar. D-I-N-A-R. Go get some of it, whatever you can afford to invest in it, and put it up. It's going to be a hell of a return when it happens. And that I can promise you. Take it and put it up. Take it and put it up. It's going to be a life-changing thing. Yeah. Yeah, I know some people were saying they was trying to check with the banks, but they couldn't get it. But I think some people was going to Chase Bank and was getting it from there. You can go to like a currency exchange place or some banks. Just Google where to buy it at. Don't buy it from like off, you know, one of them off-brand places, because some people out here selling fake stuff. Yep. And whenever it goes down, I'm going to jump up here, I'm going to do a live, and I'll tell you what to do with it. It's like I said, it's going to be easy. Easy. So make sure that you got your notifications turned on, so when I go live, you'll know it, because you're going to have to like move real quick with it. So it's not going to be a thing they're going to announce it all over the TV and the news. So thank you. Appreciate it. I think it's, who is it? Tyler, I think. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's time for me to go. Good night, too. Hopefully, I see everybody back next Sunday. If not, it'll be the Sunday after that. But, oh, yeah. FedEx will send it to you. Yep. So, everybody have a good night, and hopefully, I will see y'all next Sunday. If it's not next Sunday, it'll be the Sunday after that. And again, go get you some dinar. Whatever you can afford, get it, hold it, and put it up. Good night.